Yeah. Some state governors are said to have made these sacrifices, but still cannot pay salaries. For instance, in some cases, commissioners have been asked to, you know, hold on with their services until, you know, the situation improves. In some states, we understand that the governor only has essential working staff with him. And that's what it is. But it doesn't look like that is helping in any case.
I think we should not give excuse for non-governance. Yeah, I think what is important is that nobody should ever come to public arena to govern us if all you give us is many of excuses. You are there to manage the economy, continue to play, manage the economy in a balanced, in a balanced manner in which you can allocate resources adequately. Not in a way that you concentrate.
So you call that excuses, and you say that that is untenable. But then is Labour also taking any responsibility? Because they say that Labour cannot be exonerated in this matter as well. That when the going was good in terms of Nigeria's revenues, Labour asked for an increase in salaries, and that also had, or that has had its own impact as well, because it would seem that it was uniform across board. Is Labour taking any responsibility here?
No, wait. First, let's do this. The responsibility for governance is at the doorstep of those who have elected to govern us. But in this country, we have excuses for no electricity. We have excuses for lack of roads. We have excuses for lack of water. And now you are having excuses for not payment of salary. Even these salaries I'm talking to you about, look at the figures. We have set to 18,000 current minimum wage. It's completely unrealistic. It's untenable. In fact, matter of fact, in terms of the minimum wage reform, I like under which we signed it has expired. We have made proposal for new wage increases. And for obvious reasons, when we signed the minimum wage, the naira was exchanging for 150 naira for $1. Today it's about almost 200 of the average. Every day we are seeing it. Naira wages have been eroded. Now we are not even talking of increases now. We are talking of payment of a new salary. I'm saying this: the responsibility of those who governing us is to make sure that things work, to make it possible. And what we need to do is to return to governance. We have to unbundle this economy. We have to make sure that we reindustrialize the country. We create jobs. Government must make more company tax. As I'm talking to you, if you know how much of money Nigeria is losing due to smuggling to the country. It's bad enough you are importing, you are not even importing legally. Customs are settled. Trillions of naira have been lost. Now we don't have focus of governance, whether at the federal, state, or legislative level, focusing on this issue of growing economy. Then they are giving excuses. If they cannot govern, then they should leave the place for people who can govern. And it's only Nigeria that they are poorer. Ghana, they are poorer. Tell me any of these states that are not paying salary as and when. It's completely unsustainable. It's like running a private enterprise, so you are not going to pay. I'm from textile industry, we saw the level of depression. And the remaining textile industry that is on pay must pay salary as and when. That's the basic thing. It's just my charge.
Mr. Aremu, just a moment.
Secondly, let me quickly also add, there's no way this government, under President Mohamed Buhari, can fight if you don't address the issue of wage component, prices of compensation. Because a worker who's supposed to pay as a wage deal is not only hungry, but it's vulnerable, to all sorts of temptation. It means corrupt practices. And now we are not just talking of working poor, we are talking of working beggars. I know of many workers now who couldn't do Easter. We are now on the eve of Ramadan. Many of them have become beggars. They have not been paid. It's still unacceptable. And all these governments are collecting their pay. As a well deal. None of them are saying they have not been paid. None of them say we have, even for 51 will be paid. There's no excuse at all. I listened very well to my very good friend, Ralph Arebe, who has done a very good job in Osun, in terms of development. Of course, everybody can see, but it's not one or the other. Projects are important, but people are far more important. Then if projects are
now, let us assume, just a moment, I want to paint a scenario now. Assuming the situation was flipped, what has happened is that Nigeria's revenue, especially from crude oil, has come down a great deal. In some cases, they say as much as by 40%. Now, assuming that, you know, the situation was flipped and workers' salaries had been prioritized instead of contracts and capital expenditure. Do you see a situation where you would say that what we have is sustainable? So, for instance, if a government is earning, say, R1 billion and maybe 80% of that is going into paying salaries, can we really say that that is sustainable?
No, I think you have to think outside the box. But I think it's important that we think outside the box of this unhelpful narrative. The challenge of governance is for us to generate way to produce in this country. And you cannot produce if you don't motivate the workforce. Many countries of the world we talk about celebrate, so as Singapore, the only selling point of Singapore is human resources. You know, they don't have oil and gas. You have excuses about declining revenue from oil. What of countries that don't have oil? But even with this decline, I mean, we have good number of resources coming in. I mean, the government of there have confessed. They are talking of crude oil theft. They cannot even account for revenues that are already coming. And then we have also not seen the disposition of the political elite to say revenue at decline. Business I mean, you are not talking for working allowances for legislators. I mean, my goodness sake.
All right, Issa Aremu, I'm afraid that's how far we can go for now on this matter. Well, not to worry. We'll revisit the matter and ensure it's out there in the public. I know. That's how far we can go, Issa. Thank you very much indeed for speaking with us today. Issa Aremu is the former Vice President of Nigerian Labour Congress. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go away.